This show is part of the M4D Podcast Network.
Hello, this is Made for Disney, the happiest podcast to ever sail the Seven Seas Lagoon. I'm Erin.
I'm Lily.
I'm Sean.
And I'm Michelle.
Hello and welcome to episode 29 of Made for Disney, the happiest podcast to ever sail the Seven Seas Lagoon. I'm Erin and I'll be your captain today. Joining me, I have Sean, our navigator.
Hello.
Lily, our first mate.
Hello.
And Michelle, our engineer.
Hi.
Alright, so first off, I want to once again thank our special guest, Dorothy Holland, that we had on the last episode of Made for Disney, episode 29, that I highly recommend that, episode 28, that I highly recommend that you check out. I'm not the number person here. I'm just the captain. But it's great, especially if you're planning your first trip or you haven't planned a trip in a while. She explains why there's no reason that you shouldn't be using an independent contractor like her.
Definitely worth it.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then I also want to ask, if you like the show, tell a friend. And that's pretty much all I have to say there. So today we're going to be going over some new stuff, ranging from the new monorail things to the different hotel stuff that's been announced. So, who wants to start?
All right, I guess I'll start.
Okay, we'll just point at each other for
Yeah,
a
we'll
minute.
sit in a corner point. Disney just announced today, I believe it was, that...
A couple days ago by the time you hear the podcast.
Oh, true, I'm sorry. That's a good point. I'm like, I know it was today. I just read it. But the Disney Lift service, they'll have the minivans.
Minivans.
The minivans, everybody's just run by Lyft. Everybody's just seen around the parks now. And now it's being open to all the hotels.
All the hotels?
Yeah, so you don't have to be staying at the higher-end hotels or anything like that to get it, you know. It's open to all park guests.
Okay.
And it's operating the same way it was before, so use the Lyft app. You just mark your destination. You mark where you're from, where you're at. And then they'll put you
want to go.
to where you want to go. And when you get done with the ride, you pay for it right through the app. And you'll actually get a number of the van that's picking you up. And you actually get a map on your Lyft app. That'll show you where it's at, so you know if it's yours or not. So when it gets there.
Which are definitely good in case you do not want to take the bus or wait for the monorails or walk.
Right. It's really good
Yeah.
times like that. I think it's running from
6:30 in the morning to 12:30 at night. So, and that does depend on, of course, park hours and after-hour things.
So pretty much like the buses, excluding the ones over at Disney Springs. I think they run later.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much.
But then you could just get a regular Lyft, I guess.
Yeah, I'm sure you
Yeah.
can still have access to the regular lifts and all. It just won't be the cute minivan.
Yeah.
I think there's just like a separate section that you have to hit for like Disney.
I guess that's very convenient.
Well, the best thing about these vehicles is, unlike if you use a regular Lyft or a regular Uber or just most of the other taxis around, they can't get to the same parking places where these can.
Mm-hmm.
These drive, I think most of them are designed to take you up to the bus stop,
Yeah.
not at the far end bus stop, way down at the end, outside the bus stop area even, to
Yeah.
drop you off. So it's worth it, I think. We haven't used them personally.
Yeah, because
But-
we usually have a car when we're down there.
Or
so.
we just use buses.
Yeah, we use buses, and we're not in the really crowded times.
Sounds like if you're traveling with a stroller and small kids, opportunity.
Yeah,
Oh,
especially there's probably plenty of times we would have done that when y'all were young, just to get back to the hotel quicker or
yeah.
quieter and more comfort. Because when they pick you up, it's already be air conditioned,
Mhm.
so you don't have to wait for the car to get cooled off. It will already be cool.
And they do, I think, that if I remember correctly, they do actually come with like 2 car seats in the back, possibly.
Oh, really? Nice.
Do they all
If I
have that,
remember,
or do you
do
have to
not
say, I want a car
Quote me
seat?
on that.
I'll make the request if needed
Yeah, probably.
when you book. But
Yeah. All right.
all right. So who's got the next piece of news?
All right, so now on to the monorails. So as you know, Disney's 50th, the Magic Kingdom's 50th anniversary is coming up in 2021, I believe. And so kind of in honor of that, they're thinking about switching up the monorails. They're currently on the Mark 6 monorails, and they're talking about replacing all the monorails. Because Bob Gurr, which is one of the legendary people that I think Imagineer, thank you, made the Mark 1.
They designed.
Yeah, he designed them, right. And so he was there, and he called them...
physically made each one. He
No,
was a very good welder.
he called them the duct tape monorails, quote unquote, because
He
they're
wasn't
just-
that good of a welder.
Obviously not.
They are working on contracts right now with the same company that made the Mark 6, Bombardier, is how you
Correct.
pronounce it. It's
Sounds
weirdly
like a
spelled.
fancy water.
It does.
I always think hockey whenever I hear the name.
It does also sound like
No, it sounds like it's an expensive water.
Oh, a drink? Or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see
Or
that
like
too.
a kind of sparkling water.
So
It's because it sounds like Perrier. It's not a water?
Yes, it is.
yeah.
Okay, that's why it sounds like. Okay.
The Mark 7, which is, I believe, the newest type of monorail, is already actually
Well, the
in
last one-
Disneyland.
Yeah, the last one was a 6, so that makes sense.
Because she didn't know how to count. In a interview, which is where I found the majority of this stuff with Bob Gurr, he was talking about, he said, machines don't last forever. They should be replaced every 20 years. But Disney had decided to stretch these Mark 6 out to almost 30 years. So they definitely need to be probably...
Yeah, they're
Upgraded,
really
yeah.
showing their age here lately. When you see that, there's video online of people going from Epcot to somewhere to the
with the door open.
door open on the monorail.
yeah.
So it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
scary looking.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to have all the new safety stuff built in
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
instead of adding on to the one they have to add the new safety settings
Yeah.
and all more built in
Yeah.
and updated.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I don't believe they're replacing them, like, all together. Like, they're not just going to take them all off and put them all up. I think they're changing them out, like, maybe one by one, whenever they eventually do start to come in, which should be in the next few years. I think before the 50th anniversary.
Yeah, I forget
Yeah.
what they try to do.
I think they're talking about maybe 2019, if I heard correctly. They're also repairing, like, the tracks, which they do have, like, a specific vehicle for. So they need to, obviously, help out with those before they can add in the new ones.
Oh, neat.
Mm-hmm. Which they use, like, at night. Whenever Disney has, like, no, like, things to do, they run those to help repair the tracks if need be.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Is it me?
Okay, we'll go with you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, I did some stuff about the hotels, and right now there's some rumors about 2 new hotels because of some different permits
Woo!
Disney has filed. So, let's start off, I guess, with the most feasible one right now, is the project, 78? I think is what it's called.
Oh, this is the one at
Yes, over
the
at the
campground area.
campground.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, they've filed some new permits to, like, check stuff out there, do a bit building over where River Country is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're thinking they might be doing, what the rumor is currently is that they might be doing another hotel kind of in the Bay Lake style, tall versus wide with it. That's, I guess, an add-on for, I guess it'd be kind of like how Bay Lake's part of the Contemporary. It'll be like how this new building is a part of
Fort Wilderness.
Fort
the whole,
Wilderness.
yeah,
Thank you. I could not remember that. Thank you.
Yeah, fit the whole theme of Fort Wilderness.
Yeah, I guess it'll just be a big tree in the middle. That'd actually be really cool. If they had, like, I guess.
Let's hope it isn't, like, Hawaiian
Sequoia, but
theme.
we're not in Sequoia country.
No, we're not.
No,
So
Sequoia
just
country.
a fake sequoia.
Big fake pine tree, maybe?
One big fake sequoia. Sequoia is apparently a really fun word to say.
Sounds like it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that should be interesting. And then there's also a little talk about redoing the water show, but that's probably like.
Yeah, they said you hear about that every couple of years.
Yeah.
People talk about they go redo the water show, which is, I guess they have upgraded over the years. Not actually
they
John boats
put in a
anymore. They've
couple
actually
new
upgraded
light
nicer
bulbs
boats, but then replaced the light bulb with LEDs. That's
They
about
have some
all they do.
Walmart brand ones instead of the ones from the dollar store
Yeah,
a
they're
couple
the-
years
They're
ago.
the good ones. So what was the other hotel you're talking about?
Other hotel, is a lot less known there, but talk about building it over by Epcot in the, like, bus area where the buses currently are, and if they could just move the buses to a better area.
They're just going to
hate
destroy
the
the buses.
The Epcot buses and me have a long history that I do not care to talk about. If I've ever waited for a bus, I'm probably about to die. I'm going to wait an hour and a half to get anywhere. It's terrible. It's terrible. I hate it. They need the buses in a better place, and I need better buses.
That bus stop is one of the worst bus
Oh,
stops
yeah.
to go to
It's
at
so
the end of
far.
the night. That's a long walk across that.
Especially because we were at Fort Wilderness last time, which is, like, the very farthest, like, very end one.
Yeah,
there,
so
which
it's,
is
it's
so
about the
annoying.
longest walk you can take.
And I always wait the longest for a bus there.
Yeah,
You always just see
I've
everybody
waited
pass
like
by.
an hour and a half for a bus, not even like just exaggerating.
Oh, yeah?
before. It was terrible.
yeah. Arts talked about this too with on Lynn Hill's show.
Lynn
Lynn-
Hill
Lynn Hill.
Combination right there. Lynn Testa's show.
with
Disney
Jim Hill.
Disney
Jim
Dish
Hill.
with Jim Hill. And talking about moving the bus stop possibly behind where they're building the Guardians of the Galaxy ride now.
Yeah.
You're just going to come
Bus
in
stop.
by the Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm kidding.
Well, at least you come up that side. Hey, you got the new your big dollar ride we just put in for you, get you kind of excited,
Mm-hmm.
and then turn the other side of the parking lot where the bus stop used to
Then
be.
you go by Mission Space.
But it'd be kind of a strange one to have there because they have so many hotels right around that park anyway.
Feels like it would also have to be kind of more one of those tower hotels because it's a good sized area, but for a Disney resort, it's a small kind of.
Yeah, they'd have to
take out some
quite a bit of
hills.
that area and really make it more interesting.
Oh yeah, I'm sure it'd be nice for like what's it called? Illuminations? No.
Well, I guess maybe they put a restaurant right on top or something like that. You may have a nice view.
Like a Bay
Like Lynn Tess made one comment I thought was very poetic. You have a really great view of the fish tanks at the living seas. Like, yeah, you probably, most of your rooms ain't gonna have that great of a view of the park as you'd think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just gonna stare at the monorail area.
I can't imagine how bad. It's been forever since I've actually seen Illuminations. I can't imagine how bad that is right after there. So I haven't been at Epcot in closing in forever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we tend to not stay there.
Especially with a bus. That sounds terrible.
Because we're just lazy.
How it
and we
is
just go
at
in early.
after 7. Ugh.
We just go in early, leave early, go to bed.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been there for closing. Well, we've stayed for Illuminations a few times in the past. And yeah, it's quite crowded if you're heading towards the buses. Because you have all the people heading that way. And right there where you're going by the bathrooms, actually the walkway actually narrows down a good bit. So you all the people go to that one area heading towards the buses.
And no one knows where their bus is. No one.
I know where the Jumbo House bus is.
Yes, because that's like the first one. And I waited there for an hour and a half.
Oh, I remember that time.
But then if they do once they do the Skyliner coming in, that should help alleviate some of that.
Oh, yeah.
Some of it.
Probably not tons.
And then there's the talk of the new water. Well, I guess I haven't. The new nighttime show. I said water show. I don't know if it's going to be a water show for Epcot.
Oh, yeah, I've heard they're supposed to be redoing that show, too.
Has that been announced that they're doing that, or is that still, rumor territory? I feel like it's probably something that's needed.
Yeah, it's very needed. I don't know if it's actually been announced or not.
And it makes sense, especially with how much they're trying to revamp everything. Illuminations, it's been around forever.
Yeah.
They could use something new. It would be cool. They have that big lake. They could do some kind of a water thing.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice. Like, projections, kind of like, over with
Animal
Kingdom or what they have over in Disneyland.
Yeah, Paint the Night.
Yeah. Is that? I don't think that's it.
It's something like that.
It's Colors.
Something of Colors.
World of Colors.
World of Colors.
That thing, yeah.
That's Colors of the Wind. This isn't Pocahontas.
Yeah. And then they could directly compete. I'm pretty sure that Universal is adding a new water show. Nighttime water production show.
I've heard the same.
That I've heard. It's one of the few Universal things that I've heard in a while. It'd be cool. Maybe I'll stick around one night then, and probably not again. Epcot, I don't ever want to be at nighttime. I don't know why.
I'm sure it's real pretty at night.
Oh, it's real pretty.
I feel like I walk the most at Epcot or something. I'm always
we probably
the
do.
most.
You do probably walk the most.
Do.
At least you feel like you
the most exhausted when I leave Epcot.
Well, probably because we have to walk the most.
Maybe because there's not as many rides in between the rocking in between the walking.
Well, I think one thing when you realize when you're at Epcot, you realize how much walking you do because you
and
can see
how much
it.
Eating.
Because you know you can walk to the other side of the park, and like any other park you go to at Disney World, you can see it.
I know I'm walking every square foot of this except for maybe that one weird part in Canada. I'm not doing that today. I'm too tired.
Yeah.
I've seen waterfalls.
I'm not climbing that hill to get to them.
No, I'll just wave as I walk by.
You'll wait for the waterfalls?
Mainly just the Canadian Pavilion. I just keep walking. There's not much in Canada.
What about the restaurant that's supposed to be built in there?
The space one?
Space restaurant.
That's cool.
That's been announced now, too. The location
that
of that.
announced a while ago, back with D23.
Well, the official that we're going to build it, they've actually announced where they're going to build it at now.
Oh, yeah?
It's going to be between
Test Track and Mission Space.
Mission Space,
that
correct.
Sounds, I want to go to there because
because a lot of people are concerned the Horizons is going to get taken out for this.
And that actually is space for Horizons and everything. Not Horizons. I'm thinking the wrong thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of concern they're going to take out the Horizons building because everybody keeps hoping they're going to build something really nice there again.
Mm-hmm.
Like Horizons 2.
Maybe.
Horizons a sequel.
You know, just a side-off thing that I recently been looking at some stuff with Tokyo Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
And I just learned they have a show. I don't know exactly what's all happening there, but it's called One Man's Dream 2.
One Man's Dream 2. Okay.
It's a sequel.
It's a really nice park, so I'll let you have that one.
Yeah, that's
I'll let you have that one. You gotta, there has to be something.
Oh, yeah.
That's interesting. But yeah, they've announced the Star Wars where it's actually going to be at. Not Star Wars, I'm sorry. I keep wanting to call it Star Wars because it's space-based.
Space-based.
Restaurant. And I think that's going to be quite interesting.
I just like space.
I'm excited for that area to be actually dealt with.
Do you think it's going to just be regular food with really weird names?
Yeah, I'm sure that, Disney does a really good job of theming their food, so I'm sure they'll have some interesting Takes some of the food
It's
there.
just all in those pods, like those burgers that you can get. Oh my god, I would actually love
Oh,
that.
here we go. And she's
Those
gonna
are
talk about
so
cheeseburger
good.
pods.
I want some of those cheeseburger pods from the Satuli Cantina so bad right now. I started thinking about them last night. I was like, I could go for some of those.
Yeah, there's not too much you can't go for. But
Like some roast in one of those would be so good. Like
Ooh,
just a nice
yum.
bit of roast. And then
Oh,
I'm sure
yeah.
that would work good with like some vegetables or something for people who like to cook vegetables.
we'll see. We could make one with roast, make one with some macaroni and cheese,
Ooh,
and make
yum.
one with vegetables. But you don't know which one's which.
Oh, that's
I
So-
could figure it out. It's
Nope.
called I peel it back
No,
just
you
enough.
You just got to bite into it and see what you get.
I would guess in the middle would
cooked
be
vegetables.
roast. Left would be macaroni. Right would be vegetables. I don't know why. I just think that's how it would go.
I think everything should be just served in like pods or bowls
The
only.
Salui Cantina. How do you pronounce it?
Satuli Cantina.
Satuli Cantina. I've never pronounced that right.
I feel like just fun plating makes food better.
But I think it's gonna be a really neat restaurant though, because you have no windows.
Space.
So
windows.
when you look out, quote unquote, the windows there, you'll see space. And
You
so
just travel to
I wonder what the
space
outside of
casually.
it's gonna look like.
I don't know. They could do some really neat things with the outside. They keep it really simple and plain, so you don't really
Two-way mirrors.
make a big two-way mirror so it roasts everybody on the outside. I'm sure the outside will be interesting in some way. But I think being in there with the vision of satellites floating by,
Yeah.
and the commercial shows like an astronaut doing like a moon, spacewalk,
The moonwalk.
a moonwalk. Yeah, I started to say moonwalk.
He pulls off his helmet. It's Michael Jackson. They're just playing the Captain EO.
Yeah, just making that over and over. That'd be really cool. I think.
Circle Vision. I imagine this is a circle restaurant. I don't know why.
Yeah, imagine it being a circular restaurant.
How big do you think it's gonna be?
Probably pretty big.
Pretty big,
That's
I
a good
think.
space in
I-
between
I
the
You
think
think it's gonna be
areas.
double up layer? I
A
think
two-story.
I think that'd be cool.
If it's not a true two-story, there'll be some second-story type
Yeah.
thing to it. Maybe the center's raised up.
For seating?
Yeah, for seating.
Yeah,
So
I think that makes sense.
For some
Maybe it's
reason,
gonna
I'm
be kind
thinking
of like a I can't think of what it's called. Planetarium kind
Oh,
of
yeah.
situation. Like it's gonna be kind of like one of those curved roofs, or
Now my brain just
I
went
don't
to
know.
through it, or
that'd be a lot of
Yeah.
screens. I imagine it'd be more like a satellite. What I imagine a really big satellite would be. Where you had,
space station. You mean?
yeah, a space station where you had the different floors,
Mm-hmm.
and so 'cause I imagine that place is gonna be a pretty large restaurant.
Oh, yeah.
Very popular for a while too,
Yeah, extremely popular for a while.
unless it's really bad food.
Oh,
yeah, and I don't see that. I don't
No,
see
neither
Disney letting that fly.
Yeah, and it's just
It'll get retooled really fast if the food isn't good.
yeah. Do you think it's just gonna be the only desserts like astronaut ice cream?
No, I'm
Which
sure
I've
they'll.
never heard. What if it? Which I've never heard. I've never had it. What if it's just Dippin' Dots? Oh my god!
Oh, that'd be great.
Because that's the food of astronauts, right? They're frozen.
Well,
What if
no,
all the
it's-
food's like flash frozen, but still edible, like Dippin' Dots?
No, I'm hoping they'll go a little bit outside that, but
I don't know. You had a Dippin' Dot. You can't really improve much on that.
well, all right. Let's go to the
Dippin' Dot. Store?
no, let's go to the Dippin' Dot store get some dinner.
I wish there was just a Dippin' Dot store.
That'd be the best.
All right, let's branch out of that.
Anyway,
Yeah,
another news.
Anyhow,
let's go from the space themed restaurant to the Star Wars hotel.
Star Wars Hotel. You did the stuff on that one. You did the research on that one.
Oh yes,
I was just doing a
I
jingle.
thought you were saying I've already done it. I'm like, no, I haven't done it yet.
No, I
we
was just
talked
doing-
about it earlier. But
I was
haven't-
doing a jingle real quick.
They've announced the location. It's going to be, I think, the east side of
Near-
Hollywood Studios.
Near World Drive.
Yeah, on the other side of World Drive.
In other words, just think of where Galaxy's Edge is and just kind of go down the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know why this is really a surprise.
Well, it's just
for
they fit.
anyone.
Look, if you looked at the site
Yeah.
plans and all, pretty much
course.
everybody knew where they were going to build it at.
Yeah.
But it's nice that they made it official. That means you can probably start breaking ground really soon, which means
I haven't even looked at the sightlines. I'm like, yeah, it's going to be right by it.
Mhm.
They said that in the thing.
I just thought something that would be really cool. If they had like an area that had like a Galaxy's Edge entrance, like from the Star Wars hotel, that they made like an entrance to Galaxy's Edge right from the hotel.
Yeah,
I've heard rumors of that.
I mean,
I think
I
that'd be
imagine
awesome.
it probably will. It wouldn't be that hard to do, especially with how.
Well,
Oh yeah.
I'm not sure how that'd break the theme because the theme of the hotel is you're getting on a space cruiser.
Spaceport. You're going through the spaceport. You're going
Maybe there's
through
like a
plastic-
tunnel.
Yeah,
transit.
you would be in space for basically like a cruise, but
Space cruise.
you actually go anywhere.
Mhm.
Because that's dude, you check in the hotel, they'll give you robes to wear or some Star
You
Wars
become a Jedi.
costumes to wear.
Yeah, I want to. It's just everyone's in bathrooms.
You'll be given credits to
Credit.
spend for different things. and you have tasks to perform while you're there. And I'm sure
Quests.
I'm sure most of that's all based upon about what you want to do. If you don't want to do, I'm sure you don't have to do it.
Like,
I
you
would
want to
like
be a Jedi,
the
a Sith, or this or that.
I would like the closest to the murder mystery package as possible. I would like to solve a murder.
And that's stuff that's supposed to be really testing hard now in different ways to figure out ways to time it out. So you're not with it. They don't want you waiting behind another family that's already performing some task.
Right, so you see how
Well,
it's
I mean,
done.
yes, I
So
understand.
you don't see that. So
Who are they testing? How are they testing this on large enough of a scale?
well, think about what they do at
This is Disney.
Magic Kingdom now.
With the
With the
Sorcerer's
pirate-
Magic Kingdom.
The Source of the Magic Kingdom and the Pirates game they play
Both
there.
of them are fun.
They learn about how you will do things, how they do things, and time. They take not that knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they're using computer systems now. They're using AI to help generate to know how the roles can play out, how your game's supposed to play out, and base it upon that.
You're just kind of like one of the like the old trash can from the Magic Kingdom, just following you around.
Correct.
I said it sounds like a little bit of Kingdom Keepers coming into play.
That better
No,
be a
because it's just Star Wars. It would be much cooler if I could just like go scream at Maleficent. I guess would be the closest.
Okay, you can.
I ride Yeti ride. Why can I not think of any names today? This is my favorite ride.
It's fun to watch you try to think, though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Okay, I know exactly what I'm thinking about. I don't know.
Mount Everest?
Mount Everest. Yes, if I could ride that, but Chernobog's there, just screaming at me. Which
You have
is
some
I have
weird
no idea how
hopes.
we've gotten to that.
because Mama talked about Kingdom Keepers, and
Well,
I was
I
like,
imagine-
Now
"That."
we're talking about AI
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
in Disney.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
they're not
don't
projecting
think it
anything
won't be.
quite yet.
Don't think it won't be us. Kingdom Keepers does Star Wars crossover happening if this thing pays off right.
After you just get like a Kingdom Keeper one, then
Yep.
yeah, I'll do that one, and it probably won't be as expensive, and I'll care, and only I will be the one caring about it. So that way, it won't be like how it'd be if we did this, where I'm just angry at everyone constantly because we're not doing it the correct way, which is my way.
That's just Aaron's mood every day.
I'm just oh god, I love stuff like that. I love the idea of like ARG stuff.
Alright, you go
Like
have fun.
quest.
We'll go.
Well,
Yeah.
suppose with this, you won't even know what your next task is. So it's not like all of a sudden,
You don't have an
you're
itinerary.
not given an itinerary when you check in. It says you'll be doing this at 5. You need to be here at
You have a data
5:15.
pad,
You're probably given some of a data pad or your
a
phone
pager.
that will communicate. And that's where the AI system they have built in can figure out, oh, we already have somebody doing this at this time, but this one's open. So they know how they can affect the story without disturbing the story, but have you do different tasks instead.
Yeah.
To help load balance, basically. It's load balancing is all it is. The games.
I think it'll be interesting.
Story.
Cool if they had like an escape room at some point, which I could never do with y'all because somebody would touch something at the wrong point and I would just have a breakdown screaming at people.
Again, Aaron's mood every day.
Yeah, because I've heard rumors that you will be able to go from Star Wars Land to the hotel. But I don't know how that'd really work out with the story because you're supposed to be on a skyline. Yes, you're landing in a port. Plus, you have all your other stuff you have to do. But then again, with the money you're paying to stay at this hotel,
You should be able to do whatever you want.
you should be able to do anything you want.
I think it would be interesting if maybe they had almost like a tunnel, or they're just like being like stars, like
Yeah.
kind of think like Finding Nemo. Like when you go through that one area of the tidal wave, they have something like that you just walk through.
The North Atlantic current, so what it goes through, yeah.
But it would just be stars, and you would just
Mhm.
like walk through that. And as you walked, you just got closer, like you're going down space, because that's how you get to space,
down
people.
space. The Intercoastal Space Highway.
That's how you get to space, isn't it?
I think you should just have to go through like space TSA.
So say it again, though.
Space TSA.
That's the
TSA.
security check. That's a security check.
Do you
where
have
to,
anything
like,
to
go in.
declare? I think Star Wars is really cool. Look at my cool robe. Everyone's not in bathrobes here in Orlando, Florida. I don't know what these costumes are going to be, so I'm currently only imagining like bathrobes.
I
with
think
name
it'd be a
tags.
little bit nicer than that, but, we'll see.
Until
There'll be
I
fancy
see
bathrobes.
something. Bathrobes. I'm a Jedi.
Now I'm just imagining everyone in Disney just like wearing a brown bathrobe, just like
Jedi robe.
wearing slippers as well. And then they have like the belt that like goes around to tie it. They just have like a
They have their lightsaber
Lightsaber.
hanging
Yeah,
off of
lightsaber.
it.
Like Lily won't have her lightsaber hanging off of it.
Okay, I would. What up?
Lightsaber with Mickey Mouse.
They wouldn't
ears
let
on it.
me. They wouldn't let me have a lightsaber.
Okay, the lightsaber does not have Mickey.
I would
ears
like
on
a vibro
it. To
sword.
To
actually.
open it, you had to press up on the Mickey. That's how it works.
I'd
You don't
much
know how my lightsaber works.
prefer
Yes,
a
I do.
vibro sword.
Oh, so you can go as a Mandalorian?
No, I just want one.
Oh, you just want the Viper Sword?
Nah, I'm just there as Aaron, but in space. Hi, this is my character, Aaron, but I'm in space and I'm going to yell at a lot of people.
Well, one thing you need to know about
I'll go back
Aaron
for the children.
and Lily as well is they both cosplay a lot. We've gotten out of it more recently.
Because we have no time.
Yeah.
We have podcasts.
But both of them have quite a few full outfits.
I have a Jedi,
I could just
a
show up in
Sabine from
text.
Star Wars Rebels, and a Jawa.
Yeah, very nice.
I would do it if I could just wear text.
Yeah, you wear your text.
Text from Red versus Blue, or it's like a black version of the Halo armor.
Master Chief
If
armor.
you don't know who that is, which is super cool. Or I could just show up as Pyrrha. I have a lot of swords.
Yeah, I don't think you can.
Taco,
a
but in
hammer.
space. They had like a space arc
This is going
in
off
the D&D
topic.
podcast.
Yeah.
I like
I think we've lost most of our listeners by now.
Oh yeah,
Okay, I'm
they've
sorry.
left. They're on.
tacos. She
All
has
right,
a
well.
taco outfit.
Is that all we have, or
Is it just a tortilla? Let's see. So we covered all the hotel stuff, I think. We went over the transportation stuff.
Whenever Aaron was talking about
Restaurants.
Kingdom's Keepers, if you want to hear about Kingdom's Keepers, the first book, go over to mousecareeds.com to hear Aaron and her friend Evie go through the entire first book of Kingdom Keepers.
Yeah, we're physically done with it now, and we're almost done with putting out the episodes for. I think there's two
more, I think.
Two more, yeah. So you can go catch up on that. That's the week
KingdomKeepers.com.
and that comes out the week
Mousecareeds.com.
that we don't.
Sorry. Thank you very much. Well, I messed that one up, didn't I?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you check out that site, learn about Ridley Pearson.
Yeah,
I guess.
that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to teach you where to go learn about the book.
Yeah.
If you just
Okay,
want to
I
go
think
hear
we
them
covered
ramble.
all the news stuff we have for this week. If you want to keep in contact, see what's happening with everything when the episode comes out, you can check out our website, Made for Disney, spelled like the podcast, MADE, the number 4, Disney. We have our Facebook page, Made for Disney, our Twitter, Made for Disney, and our Instagram, Made for Disney the podcast. So you can check out all of those, or they're all in our show notes. So you can click on those real easy. I think that's all I have to say there. So as
You can
always,
also find my podcast at explorethavault.com.
okay, we done?
Yeah.
I think we're done now.
Okay, so as always, once again, thank you for joining us here on Made for Disney, the happiest podcast to ever sail the 7 seas lagoon.
Bye!
Bye.